If you are trying to help an older person function as well as possible in daily life, it can be very frustrating to find the resources they need to maximize their potential. The purpose of this video is to give you information and ideas that can get you started with helping an older adult overcome limitations they are experiencing and maximize their potential. By helping them reclaim the ability to do as much as they can for themselves, they may be able to remain in their own home, return to an independent living setting, or successfully stay in assisted living instead of having to move to a nursing home. Prejudiced attitudes about aging assume that it is normal for older people to lose the ability to do for themselves, so more and more help will be required. But in fact, generally, older people continue to have the ability to bounce back when they hit a bump in the road and lose some of their functional ability. There is great risk, though, when those around them, even when well-meaning, simply take over for them and do for them. Whether you are a friend, family member, or paid caregiver, the more you do for someone else on a long-term basis, the less they will be able to do for themselves. If, instead, you can focus your assistance on finding ways to help them be able to do more and more for themselves, you are helping them be able to increase their independence and helping prevent deterioration to the point of needing nursing home care. Often, the smartest way to help someone stay safe is to help them get stronger and more able to do for themselves. The path to helping an older adult reclaim their potential is to bridge the gap between what they can do and what they need to be able to do. You can accomplish this by pairing practice regaining their strength, endurance, and ability with creative tools and strategies, assistive devices, and problem solving. Use their preferred daily activities and interests as the foundation from which you build a plan for improvement. Start with reclaiming the senior's normal daily routine as much as you can, for getting up, getting ready for the day, eating, enjoying the company of others, and favorite activities out in the community. Help them do as much as they can for themselves with a little of your help. Over time, gradually increase what they are doing for themselves. Always treat them as a normal person who just needs some extra help, not as a patient. It can feel really good to do something to help someone else. It is vital, though, to be sure that helping them is not actually making them more dependent and hastening their deterioration. Instead, recognize that as you use your knowledge and creativity to help the senior you are caring for be able to do more and more for themselves, you are likely giving them the gift of better health, independence, and the best possible future. Here are 10 principles that can get you started with your plan. At the end of this introduction, you will find information about strategies for specific challenges you may be facing. Henry Ford is credited with the quote, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, either way, you're right." This is definitely true in the process of helping someone bounce back. The most important principle that is vital in helping an older person maximize their potential is to be sure you are using positive possibility thinking, and you are helping the senior you are assisting have the same outlook. We always have the option to look at things from the perspective of whether the glass is half full or half empty. The way you help someone bounce back and recover their ability is always to start with what is working and build on that. To often care for older people focuses on what is wrong, what someone cannot do. Unless you turn that around, you simply see more and more disability, and you have little or nothing to work with. A focus on resiliency recognizes that there is always a foundation for improvement. When you start there with little steps, you begin to see more and more progress. Those little steps of progress build faith and hope, and begin to open understanding of the real potential each person has. When you combine their positive possibility action and your own positive creative thinking, you open new doors. By looking for new strategies that may work to make tasks easier to do, you open new doors for realizing greater independence. The power of our mindset and positive possibility thinking influences the results we achieve. Remember, if we believe something is possible and act on it, we are more likely to succeed. Use it or lose it. This principle applies to almost every area of functioning. You lose abilities if you are not practicing them. Helping someone reclaim as much of a normal life as possible by helping them continue to move around, get themselves to the bathroom, dress themselves, eat, problem solve, socialize, interact with others, and enjoy daily activities, provides the foundational principles for helping a senior reclaim their independence. Your work with them will help them regain strength, endurance, and memory for doing tasks they need to do in daily life. At times, rebuilding their skills and abilities can be effectively aided by tools or equipment to make it easier. You can't bounce back if you remain in bed or don't try. Remember to use a normal day as a tool for beginning to regain needed abilities. A key principle is little by little. It is a way of helping older adults reclaim their potential by gradually reclaiming any task you are currently doing for them, a little at a time. You can aid them by pairing your strength and ability with theirs to do the task, but then, as appropriate, pulling back little by little and letting them do more and more. Or, you can provide a tool or device to help them fill the gap between what they can do and what is needed. A reacher, a built-up handled spoon, or a smartphone app, or just some of the many possibilities that are available. If you start with small steps, you can gradually turn more and more over to them as they become able to manage it. Remember, baby steps. The fourth key principle is to have a specific plan. What specific things does the senior want to be able to do again? These become the goals of the program. Determine the skills and abilities that will be needed, and what kind of strategies you are going to use to gradually be able to improve. Write down the plan, draw pictures if needed, or send out video examples of the strategy on your phone. Be sure the senior you are working with and everyone working with them knows the goals and strategy. It is almost impossible to be successful if everyone is doing something different. If there are therapists working with the senior, be sure you are all working in a similar way to achieve targeted goals. Remember, have a specific plan. The fifth principle is to simply be consistent. Once you have agreed to a plan, everyone should carry it out in a similar way until such a time as you upgrade the plan. If you want to make progress, you must be consistent. This assures everyone is working to strengthen the same muscles, or to remember the same muscle pattern, or to use an assistive tool or piece of equipment in the same way. You can't make progress if some people assisting the senior get in a hurry and just want to do for them, while others patiently help them persist doing it for themselves as much as possible. In addition, it's important that the senior and their family share their plan with healthcare professionals that may be new to the senior. Let them know what's been working and how the plan for the senior has been successful so that the healthcare professionals can ensure their approach is consistent with the plan already in place. Remember that being consistent is a key element in making progress. The sixth principle goes with the earlier ones. Be slow, steady, and patient. Regaining strength and skills, once you're deconditioned or have lost abilities, can take time. Keep practicing, being encouraging, but moving forward in a gentle, yet steady way, so that no one feels stressed or frustrated. Give consistent encouragement for achieving small increments of change. Those small changes eventually result in achieving the targeted goals. Sometimes things move more rapidly, other times they are slow. Encourage patience and hope. Little by little you will get there. Remember, be slow, steady, and patient. The seventh principle is to find resources that may be able to provide good ideas for you about bouncing back. Start with the material you find here. Talk to therapists, physicians, or nurses who may be working with the senior, asking them for ideas they may have for helping the senior reclaim more independence. Talk to those involved in providing activities for seniors to find new ways to make goal achievement interesting, fun, and successful. If you suspect medications may be causing sedation, confusion, dizziness, or other side effects, talk to a pharmacist about your suspicions and any alternative medications you might want to investigate. Talk to others who have bounced back to find out any tools they have found useful in their efforts. Watch YouTube videos that show how to help therapeutically in carrying out tasks and rebuilding skills. Resources can involve different people in various roles, as well as written, printed, and pictorial sources. Never be afraid to seek out the resources that you need in your situation. Principle number 8. Be creative. Often what is needed to help someone be more independent is a creative strategy that can help bridge the gap between what they are able to do now and what they need to or want to be able to do. It is good to become familiar with the assistive devices and equipment that can help bridge this gap. This includes a wide assortment that ranges from walkers to wheelchairs to dressing sticks to raised toilet seats to hearing enhancers to Alexa automated instruction. Ask the question, what is needed to help the person compensate successfully for what they currently are unable to do? Google and Amazon can be helpful in researching this, but they may not always be available. Familiarize yourself with what may be available, but don't hesitate to do your own creative problem solving. Sometimes a strategically placed table or snap front jacket are all you need to make a task much easier. Be creative. There is no limit to the ideas and solutions you might be able to come up with. It is essential in helping people reclaim their potential that they see a purpose for doing it. We all thrive when we can see that our life is making a positive difference in some way. By contrast, we are less likely to succeed when we feel like we are simply a burden to others or have no useful contribution to make in life. If you look carefully enough, you can always find ways to help those with whom you are working see that they can indeed still make a positive difference. This sense of purpose can come in the form of relationships. Being a good listener and encourager to family, friends, and others. It could involve providing them with support and the recognition that someone cares. It can come in spiritual support. Praying for others and being there to help them on their spiritual journey. Helping others is a way to have purpose. There are many ways older people can use their experience and abilities to assist in some way, either in a volunteer or in a paid capacity. A person can have a sense of purpose if they are engaged in following their dreams. The famous painter Grandma Moses did not paint her first picture until age 78. Colonel Sanders of Kentucky, fried chicken fame, didn't open his first restaurant until the age of 65. Laura Ingalls Wilder, author of the famous Little House on the Prairie, wrote the book at age 65. And Yuichiro Marie in 2014 became the oldest person to reach the top of Mount Everest at 80 years of age. Just because a person is older and may be having some challenges is not a reason to give up on dreams they may have. Dreams change through the years, but they still fuel our passion for living at any age. Remember that you can help the senior with whom you are working reclaim their own sense of purpose. Last of all, celebrate success. To encourage continued progress, keep a focus on what is working. See the places progress is being made, and celebrate milestones. Keep your sense of humor. Life moves forward as we watch for opportunities for positive celebration. The more we celebrate them, the more they continue to grow. These strategies will give you a good foundation for helping the older adults you are working with be able to reclaim their lives. Trust your abilities, your creativity, and your determination to succeed. In the resource videos that follow, you will find some specific ideas that may be helpful in dealing with particular challenges the senior you are aiding is encountering. Finally, remember, you've got this. You can help the senior you care about bounce back and reclaim their potential. Just start with the first step, and you will be surprised at how natural the process to success becomes.